Welcome to the Mom Self-Care Podcast, your safe space to finally focus on YOU. I'm Twitty-Hawkins, your self-care coach for moms, praying wife, and mom of four. And I know that being a Christ-centered mom is such a beautiful calling, but it can be so draining. That's why it's important to make sure you are filling your own cup. On this podcast, we'll discuss practical, holistic self-care strategies to help nurture your mind, body, and spirit. Because a mama who fills her own cup pours that back into her family with true peace and joy. Tune in for honest conversations about motherhood and self-care because you matter too. Blessings, mamas, and welcome to the Mom Self-Care Podcast. I'm Twitty-Hawkins, your host and self-care coach for moms, and today I'm going to talk about receiving love. And I think that's important because no matter when you're listening, this is what some call the month of love, February, and my birthday month. Hey. But we're often thinking about Valentine's Day and getting our kids things and getting them things for their classmates. And you know all of that, and maybe getting something for your husband or your friends for a Galentine's, different things like that. But often we forget about loving ourselves, loving on ourselves. So I want you to ask yourself, do you struggle with receiving love? Not just from others, but even from yourself. And it could look like somebody gives you a compliment and you're like, not really. Or you may not respond, or you make a funny face, or you say thank you. But you say thank you not because you really appreciate the compliment, but because you want them to feel good. Have you ever been through anything like that? If you can relate like I can, then this is for you. It reminds me back in the day, I miss my college days when I went to PV and I was walking with my head down. Now for y'all who are in college, especially like a campus like Prairie View, and you didn't have a car, you knew you did a lot of walking. So I was walking and I had my head down. I'm just walking. And this lady was like, beautiful sister, you need to hold your head up. And y'all, when I say I jerked my head up so fast, because first of all, it kind of startled me. But then as she walked by, I just really thought about it like, wow, why am I walking around with my head down? I do need to hold my head up. I should be proud of who I am. I should love myself. I should be confident. So ask yourself, do you need one of those type of moments? Do you need somebody to remind you, hey girl, hold your head up, love yourself? If you do, I'm doing this episode just for you too. And I talk a lot about how us as moms, we feel like, first of all, remind you again, you are a woman first. But often we forget that. And then we tie our worth and how good we feel about ourselves to, am I being a good mom? Did I make any mistakes today? So guess what that means? That means you're being performative. So ask yourself, where did that come from? And it's different places it could have come from. Maybe when you were younger, maybe you were a people pleaser, maybe you still are, but you got rewarded for doing things. You got rewarded for being needed. I need you to do this. I need you to do that. And that gave you fulfillment. And maybe sacrificing, saying, hey, even at a young age, some of us, we self-sacrifice for our parents. So maybe that's something you did. You self-sacrificed. And maybe if you were like in the African-American community, I know a lot were told to be seen and not heard. So guess what? When there's things that you want to say, you want to speak, but you hold them in because you're a child and you're supposed to be in a child's place, that means you're being good. And that can take you over into adulthood. You may not ever come up out of that. So ask yourself, are you self-sacrificing? Are you holding in the things that you want, that you need, the things you need to say? Because when you did that when you were younger, you were a good child. You behaved. Think about that. And some of these things I can relate to. Was it when you were younger and you didn't let people see you cry and you could fight and all these things, that you were strong, that you were always able to help, that nobody saw you weak. For those who are watching on YouTube, you see me doing the fake little, quote unquote weak, when we know crying or being vulnerable, that's not weak. But when you're younger, people see that as a strength. And sometimes they see it as an adult, they see it as a strength. But I'm here to shift that narrative. So ask yourself, if you felt like in your childhood that you did those things, that those things make you strong and therefore made you worthy of whatever it is you receive. Or maybe you felt like you didn't live up to any of those things, and so you're not worthy, so you're not good, so you're not important. Those are just some things to consider. Maybe those things started in your childhood and have come over into your adulthood. So think about that. All of that is performative. It's, I've got to be strong. I've got to always be available. I cannot worry about me. So you're valued for what you did versus who you are. So when somebody speaks to who you are, you're uncomfortable with it. You're like, wait, what? I'm what? Even if it's a nice compliment, if it's unfamiliar, so your body and your mind is like, what? I don't think so. What is that? And you push back on it. So it's hard to receive that love. And I'm saying that because that's something I'm still working to overcome. I'm still like, hello, your husband's showing you, he's shown you for so many years that he loves you. But still, I have those things from my childhood that I'm working to overcome. Because guess what? As long as we're still here, God is still what? Working on us. And if you're used to being super mom or trying to be super mom and hold it all together and be strong, when someone tries to give to you, whether it's a compliment, whether it's to help you do something, then you have to be vulnerable. You have to be vulnerable to accept that or to ask for it. And some of us, we're not used to that. Like I said before, if you're used to holding things in or trying to be in control, then you cannot control what others do. You can't control what others do anyway, side note. But when someone helps you, you have to be able to admit to yourself, okay, I can't do it all. I am not everything to everybody. And I'm going to take it a step further. And I've said this before. You probably won't ever say it, but what you're doing, you're basically saying, I'm God, so I have to do all the things and I have to be everything for everybody. That's not your place. So when you receive, you open up and say, okay, it's like, if you really think about it, if you've done it before, I know I've done it before, where you're just able to say, I'm human. It's okay. It's okay to need help. It's okay to need love. It's okay. It's okay to not be strong all the time. It's okay. It's okay. So if you're used to holding it all together and being the strong one, God doesn't want you to hold it all together all the time. He doesn't want you to be strong all the time. Then what is he there for? If you're strong all the time and you have it all together and you're in control of everything. So someone giving you love, you may not be used to that. You're like, oh, I'm uncomfortable with that. Like you may feel that feeling of, I think I'm going to cry because these emotions I'm not used to, but I think I'm going to cry because my mom or my dad or whomever never told me that, or they never showed me that, or they never let me know that it's okay to honor my feelings, to admit that I have these feelings. So mama, I'm just letting you know it's okay to let it go. It's okay to not be the strong, perfect, made up person all the time because nobody is. Even if you try your best to be, even outside of your house, people may see the made up, perfect, or trying to be perfect person, but your children see the real you. Even if you try to hide it in your room and cry in your room and all of those things, they still know. They feel the energy. They know, especially if any of your children are an empath. Believe me, they know. And as Christian moms, we serve our families. We pray for them. I don't know about y'all, but I pray over my family a lot, because I know the devil is busy. The devil is busy, and we show up no matter what because that's what we're supposed to do. But when it comes to receiving either God's love or other people's love, we feel like maybe, hey, I have to, again, do more, be performative, do more to be better or fix something within us or try harder. But what if that love is just something you had to? And when I heard this, and I'm still getting comfortable with it, but resting in God's love or resting in your children's love or your husband's love, resting in it. So not something you work for. It's something you just receive and you just sit in it and rest. What if that is true? So let's take out the what if. It is true. So when someone is showing you love or when you know God is asking you to spend time with him, just rest in that love. Embrace it. Don't fight it. Even if your mind is telling you, no, it's wrong, no, it's incorrect, you don't deserve, you speak something differently. You speak, hey, I deserve this love because you do. You deserve this love. I'm telling you, you love your family, but when you really start to love on yourself and allow yourself to receive love from within and from others, oh, you will feel so much freer. you will have so much more inner peace, and you will be able to really serve your family from that abundance of love. And it'll make you make yourself a priority too. That will help you with your self-care. Now, I want you to ask yourself these questions. So get your pen out and answer these questions. Write down the answers. What do you do when someone compliments you? Do you feel that feeling of joy and you embrace it and really appreciate it? Or are you resistant to it and you push it away? And do you sit in God's love or any love that you receive? Do you rest in it? Do you embrace it? Or do you feel resistance to that? Do you feel you need to earn it? Write those things down and then ask yourself if there's resistance, if you feel like you're not worthy, write down why. Take all the time you need and be honest. And then listen to this episode again so you can remember that you deserve love. God wants you to have the best love. He offers you the best love. So this love month, instead of focusing on loving everybody else, remember to include yourself too. Ask yourself, how could I show myself love as well? And how can I receive love better? And make sure you stay tuned because I'm doing my February training of the month will be, of course, about mom love and learning to show yourself love. So if you haven't, make sure you subscribe and listen to my upcoming episodes for more info. I hope this episode blessed you and really made you think. Dig a little deeper and ask yourself, do you struggle with receiving love? And why is that? And then taking a step to say, hey, I want to start receiving love from others and from myself because I deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it, Natasha. You deserve it, Keisha. Lisa, you deserve it. So I hope this was a good reminder. Again, if you haven't, make sure you subscribe. If this episode blessed you, share it with the mom you love and leave a review. Until next time, take care. God bless. Thanks so much for joining me for the Mom Self-Care Podcast. I hope you feel inspired to make yourself a priority too. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a thing. Share this podcast with another mama you love and leave a review. Also, feel free to let me know what you would like to hear about in future episodes by visiting me on Instagram at CIC Inspire Me. Until next time, take some time to take care of YOU because you matter too.